Which again,
and then other people make the claim that they're unsubscribing because it's not a Five Nights video. It's like, I only come to you for the Five Nights stuff. I don't see a reason why you have to cover all this other stuff. Well, but see, here's the wonderful thing about being a subscriber to a channel, is you don't necessarily have to follow every single thing. I think you and I have mentioned this. Like, with Game Grumps, I hate the JonTron era. Mm-hmm. I don't like watching the JonTron era. I like watching the Dan Avidan and Aaron Hansen. Danny and Egoraptor, whatever you want to go with. I like watching that era. But I also occasionally like watching Steam Train. And Steam Train, both I love and hate because of one simple factor in it, and that is Ross.
You don't like Ross.
And for reasons that are kind of obvious. I do not... It's not that I don't like people that intend to be trolls for 80% of their waking lives, but I can't understand it, is the thing. And I actually thought I could loop around here, but I can't, and that's stupid! But that's okay. So we're just going to have to go up, I think. Is this going to go up? And so it's one of those things where... And also, depending on the game, I might not even follow it. You know, like, the one-offs, I'm kind of a fan of and kind of not. It just depends on what they're covering.
It's the same with me.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because some of the stuff that I want to see is stuff that everybody else wants to see, like Mario 64 was really funny with Game Grumps.
Yeah.
And mainly because, unfortunately, we had to watch Aaron's sanity slowly go out the window.
Yeah.
And I apologize for saying that, but it's true.
Yeah.
So with that, you know, each channel has its own unique content that people aren't going to like. I tend to not be a fan of Minecraft stuff. Not because I think Minecraft is bad. I understand that Minecraft is basically what this generation of gamers loves to do. And a lot of games are geared towards that. Hence why Mario Maker is doing so well these days, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Really quick, I need to find who is this for. There we go. Ceramic gear. Only 3 points, but okay, I'll take it. So at that point...
Jeez, first shot.
Yup. That's what happens. Oh, that's why he's not casting. Okay, my bad. We might need to step out really quick and get some TP back to Rune. I forgot, he's a glass cannon, and therefore, eventually runs out of magic points. Let's go ahead and do this then. No, wrong character. Enos! And we're just gonna walk up.
Yep.
I could technically teleport that whole 5 feet, but, you know, why?
You also want to save just to keep the progress we have.
Yes. So, because I have a feeling this is going to be a fairly long video as we go through Nervous. Because the dungeon is bigger than I thought it was. So, yes, we're going to be saving live, people. Sorry. I don't usually like doing that, but you're going to have to deal with it because we're doing it live, people. So back into Zeo's Fort we go.
Well, that's what I do when I'm playing Loam of the Queen. I have to essentially save scum a lot.
And I'm not saying that people who do it are bad. I just... Occasionally I don't want to do it on camera because it's really going through a bunch of admin menus. And that can rip people out of the experience. For some it doesn't. It doesn't do jack on that regard.
It's a video game, so yeah. I don't think anybody really cares.
But kind of to get back on point, so again, I don't fault people for doing specialized content. I mean, Markiplier, for crying out loud, he was specialized in horror games and then just so happened to end up with Five Nights on his lap. But it was right in his purview. Now he's considered, you know, one of the first videos that people go to for Five Nights stuff. And the second probably being Game Theory at this given moment. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, I might just do some specialized content. Specialized content for me is the podcast in a lot of cases. It is the Let's Plays.
Yeah, that is your specialty. It's a lot of video game content.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to branch out. I mean, I did Drak Let's Play Live, and that's coming back, by the way. So, it just, unfortunately, the way that things are in my PC, I can probably only do PC games right now. I'll have to wait on consoles.
Aww.
It doesn't mean the consoles are going away permanently, it's just I have to work that out. And a lot of people have actually gotten on my case and said, oh, well, he's never doing consoles again. That's not the case, and Alex knows that better than anybody. He knows I want to do both.
Yeah.
So, it's just the way that things have to go.
Because I want to race you in Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing.
Well, not just that, but...
Obviously not just
like,
that.
we've had talks where you want to come in and play Splatoon, and you want to be able to do a bunch of this multiplayer stuff. The only problem is that if people haven't noticed in the videos of those, things get delayed, and the only explanation that I have is that because my PC is not necessarily the most cutting edge.
Yeah.
So I have to upgrade before that can happen. So to the people who want to scream and say, well, that's just a stupid excuse, well, no, it's not really.
Actually, I got my first taste of Splatoon in multiplayer when I was at Bonsai over the weekend.
Yay! So you have... No, you don't have a Wii U yet, though.
No.
You were able to play Splatoon.
Yeah.
Splatoon's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. I'm just a little disappointed that the multiplayer is strictly limited to balloon bursting and not the turf war like all the ads are, pretty much.
Oh, you mean because it does turf war.
Really? Does
Yeah,
it?
that's the multiplayer I played, where you have to.
I think that's only online multiplayer though, not local.
Online multiplayer is turf war, yeah.
Yeah, which sucks because.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that Nintendo has even said that they would expand on the matter, and
well, they should. I'm getting tired of everything.
I mean, here's the one thing that I will never see online multiplayer for Splatoon doing: no deathmatch. There's no reason for it to go there, especially given the premise of Splatoon. There's no reason to go deathmatch.
Well, yeah, I'm not asking for a deathmatch.
But 80% of the shooting community is. Because
every shooter's,
every shooter has it.
Every is Space Marines or Call of Duty.
But I will point out one of the reasons that I love Splatoon, and I also love the upcoming Blizzard shooter Overwatch, is because it doesn't have deathmatch. I hate deathmatch. I hate that stupid gameplay. It pisses me off to such a horrible extent. So at this point, I love the fact that we're actually doing something else as mechanics. Because sometimes, eventually shooters affect people differently, and that means that eventually you're going to suck at some point or another.
Yeah.
And that's not fun. Okay, for the 12-year-olds it might be, but
yeah,
not for me. Ooh, okay.
It's because we're stuck in this whole real is brown and gritty and crap.
Because I mean,
which is why I find it a little ironic you kind of complained about Freedom Planet being kind of cutesy in moments, but when you're like, oh, everybody in The Last of Us is a total horrible person. It's just there's no one likable.
Well, welcome to the world of The Last of Us, where everybody's a dick to each other.
It's so bleak and I'm so over it. Oh, this game is really cutesy. That kind of hurts it. So I have to give him crap for this.
It's a little cute. It's a little cutesy, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. To me, it gets a little overwhelming at points, especially when like the game hints to me of a more serious story, and then we get into the cutesy stuff, and it's like, okay, get back to the serious story. I want to know what's going on with Brevin. Like for the longest time, one of the things that actually irritated me about Freedom Planet was, and I have no problem admitting this, I wanted to know like how Brevin drove the prince insane, so to speak. Like the thing we found out later in the game that he actually did to him, which was just basically mind control. the game had not explained it, and the game was more interested in having slumber parties than explaining this cool mechanic, and that drove me nuts.
Because it's not a mechanic; it's just a bad guy.
But I wanted to know how he was doing it, and
who cares?
And it never answered me.
It's a bad guy. Who cares? He's just there.
Sometimes we actually want to know why he's twirling his mustache, Alex.
Evil. I thought people hated that. It's like
you're just mad because Mila became an eldritch horror.
Yeah, I'm mad about that because how dare he turn that cute dog girl into an eldritch horror?
Yes, and actually, people did get mad at me for my my episode title, which was Mila Thulu.
Mila Thulu. I thought that was funny.
Hey, I could have gone worse, guys. I could have gone with she has Jello for brains.
Jeez, that's horrible.
I could have. I really could have.
You still should have called one of the episodes "Son of a Bitch Spring" because I said that. Remember, I said "Son of a Bitch Spring" because the spring bounced me into death, pretty much. So
I forgot about that. I should have had a note somewhere, but maybe I will go track it down. Maybe I'll change the episode title. Was it which one was it? Like what level were we on?
It was in the ship, pretty much.
Oh, in Final Juggernaut?
Yeah, Final Juggernaut.
I'll have to look it up.
When we're having to escape from the big fuck you laser.
Uh-oh. Somebody died.
Chaz is dead.
Do you want to know what that means?
Retreat.
I get to try Rever.
Not enough TP.
Oh, that's right. He's out of magic. No! Well, I think it's a good thing that I kept this escape pipe then.
And you said we'd never need it.
And we needed it, strangely enough. Alright. I'll eat my crow. Hello, Mr. Walking Floating Corpse. Yeah, I can totally take your money that you can't give to me because you can't move. Oh, but the cute girl is willing to help out with that. Alright. Okay, so back into
Zeosport.
Into Nervous.
Oh, Zeo.
Dink, 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 dink. Stronger than before.
Who said you guys could go first?
They did, obviously.
We're the heroes. We're supposed to go first. It's the laws of the universe.
Really quick. 5,000. And by the way, we didn't actually see his portrait. That's an indignant look right there, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, what the frick are you looking at me for, short stuff? Stop it, Rune!
I just haven't seen think of Full Metal Alchemist where Edward hates being called short.
Yeah. That's kind of where I went with Rune, is, you know, since he likes to call him short, then I kind of took it the, how much of Full Metal Alchemist have you actually seen?
A handful of episodes.
So, have you seen, like, an episode involving the Winry's mother, or grandmother?
Probably not if it was later in the series.
It was, like, a couple episodes in.
Well, maybe. I don't remember.
So, basically in the story, Winry's family, so to speak, Winry and her grandmother actually take the Elrics in after their mother died.
Mm-hmm.
And so they actually have Winry's grandmother, who is technically shorter than Ed.
Right.
We're talking when he's 16. And it's the funniest thing ever because she loves making fun of the fact that he overreacts to that.
Yeah.
And the way she does that is she calls him short stuff. And then he calls her short stuff, and she takes it personally, and they go off for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
There's actually a good moment where they're actually doing that for so long that Major Armstrong is like sitting there going, and he actually pulls them apart and immediately goes into his whole Major Armstrong spiel.
Right.
Because, you know, he has to show off the sparkles and his muscles and make us all feel horribly awkward.
Yeah.
Which is really sad because I'm still waiting for one guy to actually do a good Major Armstrong cosplay with sparkles.
How are you gonna do sparkles?
Like put face glitter on.
Okay.
Or something like that. The problem is that in order to pull off Armstrong, you'd need to be like a bodybuilder. Because he is just so good looking, or he is so masculine, it's kind of creepy.
There's actually a really good A and B where The song is basically about Rasputin.
Yep.
And it's like kind of like the story of Rasputin and his love affair with the Russian queen. But so Rasputin in the A and B is portrayed by Major Armstrong, so it's really funny.
As well it should be.
I gotta show you that someday if I can. There's also another good A and B I remember called An Alchemist Named Sue.
You know what? We're gonna keep attacking things until Demi actually hits 18.
Good idea.
And then at that point, she'll be up to par with the area. I don't like that idea too much, just because of the TP. But Rune's got a big reserve, so maybe we can make it work.
Surprise attack!
I don't want to fight those guys though, because if they actually crash into me, then I don't get their XP. And I'm walking
across the Death Star bridge.
Indeed. You'll notice I didn't stop to actually stop the Death Star from doing whatever it's going to do. Because I'm a dick like that.
Well, we have to deactivate the tractor beam.
We did not deactivate the tractor beam. Nor did we deactivate it in Super Star Wars. No, we just destroyed it. Because it was a boss. And you have to destroy things that are bosses. I know I'm now going to get the comment of, why don't you just reason with them? No, they're bosses.
They're bosses.
You don't get a high score from reasoning with them.
Not like anyone cares about score anymore.
Well, in Super Star Wars, that's all you care about, because that gets you extra lives.
Yeah.
And that means you can endure the pain for just that much longer. Yeah, if people haven't actually figured... So, we actually have done Super Star Wars. Like, Super Star Wars is all recorded at this point. But... Now I have to look forward to Empire. And Empire is... that's the one that ends up on a lot of top 10s.
Empire's pretty damn hard.
Empire is, like, the hardest of the trilogy. I would actually dare argue that wow, 300 experience and only one Mazesta, man. That guy was poor. And now I feel bad because I just took his entire life savings.
No wonder why he was attacking us.
Yeah, he had no money.
Exactly.
He had to do something. Alright. And you know what? I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to change the macro because as much as I appreciate it, we need to keep Rune's TP. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So, what happens if I go up here?
Something happens.
Okay, this takes me up here, which is, I think, where another chest is. Maybe not.
Baldul and Blazin. Well. You miss.
They did indeed.
How could you miss? He's 3 feet in front of you.
3 feet in front of you! Well, they did.
Victory!
Yatta! No, I know Grizz can't use the technique. It's not what I was trying to do. It's not that I try to get mad. It's that, the game makes me get mad. There we go. That should last things for a while.
The Tech Master. Not to be confused with the Page Master.
Another great movie with
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. By the way, so we actually haven't gotten into this too much.
Which is sad and shameful.
Yes. So Back to the Future 2's official day passed. It came and went, and we still don't have flying cars, except we have a Jimmy Kimmel sketch and a dorkly animation for it, which I appreciated, because I love all things dorkly. Let's see, where does this go? Oh, it's going to take me over here. Back to this area of the building. To get a chest. Alright, I was wondering how I was going to get this chest. Plasma Claw! Gee, I wonder who that's going to go to.
I think it's gonna go to Chaz.
It's actually going to go to Rika to replace her other inferior claw that we hadn't replaced yet. Ouch. Dang it, Demi. So have you actually seen the sketch
I don't.
that they did on Jimmy Kimmel?
You know what? I don't think I have yet.
Where they actually did have Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox get back together in the DeLorean and came out and did a Back to the Future sketch about arriving in the year 2015.
You know what? I don't think I've seen it.
It's kind of dinky because they actually go into the fact that, you know, this is where technology actually went.
Mm-hmm.
And he likes to focus on selfies a lot.
Yeah.
Which is just stupid, in my opinion. There was a better bit there than just taking a selfie with Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, okay? Because you know he did that backstage with them in the Doc and the Marty outfits. You know, you could have done better, Jimmy. I'm just saying, you could have done better. Alright, so actually I think we're really close to near the end here. Really close to near the end. I need to learn how to construct sentences better in my head. I need to know how to think good.
And talk good.
It's a Let's Play. I don't have to talk good. Because that's obviously like my proving point. Is people love it when I flub. I make you feel smarter. You're welcome, Internet. Let's get Room back up to speed. We're gonna have Chaz use some of his TP because he doesn't really use it. Okay, that should be it. Here we go, Alex. Are you ready?
Is it already boss time?
I believe it is, because we're getting ready to go to the nucleus of Nervous.
Of Nerve?
No, Nervous. To say that it was Nerve would imply that there's a city underneath all of this stuff, and there isn't.
Well, pretty much looks like one.
It does, but, you know, that's 16-bit graphics trying to deceive you. Stop healing yourselves!
Okay, fine. It's Sele then.
There you go. Why do we always have to go back to Ava?
Because it always comes back to Ava. We're not even playing Dot Hack and it's coming back to Ava.
Oh, that's been happening for a while now. Okay, here we go.
Dun, dun, da, da, da. Well, well. You've made it here. It was to be expected. You should be aware that the one who steps further is the road to your death. I won't let you escape this time. Oh, Reverend One, lend me your power!